Yeah, I just,
First of all, I want to apologize for Peter, who's the manager of the Van Cortlandt Library branch. I forgot you on the attendance last month. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I apologize for that. I'm going to mention it in my minutes for this meeting.
No
I
problem.
know you always come, so, you know, I was horrified when I took a second look and it was already sent out and you weren't on it, so.
It's no problem, Sylvia. I'm actually
Thank
attending
you.
from my car right now. I couldn't find parking, so I'm in the car, double parked, attending the meeting.
Oh, okay, okay. I need someone to take the attendance. Sebastian? Sebastian, can you hear me?
Yes, present, Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi, thank you for being here. Would you be able to take the attendance for me just off the or Moses, can you do that for me?
Sorry, I'm gonna take
can.
attendance.
Yeah, please. You know, like Myra did, just write down all the names and then email it to me later.
You got it. Yep,
Because there are too many things going on to do it myself.
sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Sebastian, anyway.
Thank you.
So here we are. What is this? I don't know what's going on. Last night, I was a victim of a scam on
Oh,
my
no.
computer.
oh, no.
And I realized it because it happened once before a few years ago. And when I sought some help, which flashed onto the screen, he says, well, if I fix it, it's $119.
That's a scam.
Of course. So I called my daughter. I told him I would call him back if I needed him. And I called my daughter and my son-in-law got me out of it. And it didn't cost me a thing.
Oh my
Thank
God.
God.
So it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. And today
big time
everything is
scam.
popping up at me and I don't know where it's all coming from. But I guess they're angry because I didn't want to pay them.
Yeah, I
So
got hacked a
I
few
hope
weeks
they
ago.
don't, I hope they don't cancel me out tonight.
You,
If I
Sylvia,
disappear, that's where I went.
Sylvia, you may have a virus though. So you may check with your granddaughter, but you may want to go to like Best Buy or Micro Center and ask them to do a scan of your computer. That might cost you, $50 or $100, but you may very well have a virus.
A virus and not a scam?
Well, no. The scam is just somebody lying to get your money. Virus
No,
is
no.
something-
He said that my computer was locked and he could unlock it for me. So I think that he was the one that locked it.
Well, but it's not, obviously it's not locked now, but you're saying you're getting things flashing on your screen.
Oh, I see.
That might be a
Okay.
virus.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand. I'm sorry.
No, that's quite
Thank
right.
you. Yeah.
But the best place is to go like to Best Buy or what's the other place?
Micro Center in the Cross County Mall.
And they,
Uh-huh.
because I
They're
got
very
hacked.
good.
All right.
I can do that tomorrow. Thank you. So I hope we get through it. It's a very long meeting that we have this evening. So let me start. I've taken care of some of the homework. I guess that we should go into the approval of the February and March minutes. The February, if you don't remember what the minutes were about, we mentioned St. Gabe's, we mentioned 232nd Street is getting a new school, which is being talked about and being built at the time, and things like that. So let's do the February one first, because I didn't have a quorum last month, therefore I couldn't get a vote. So that's why I sent everyone emails to get you all here. because I was, and then when I couldn't get in, I thought, okay, now they're really after me. So as far as the approval of the February minutes, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion,
Second?
Second.
Second.
second,
Okay. Anyone against approving them? Any abstentions? Any corrections? Okay, they're passed. And now for the March minutes, I would like to do the same thing. You have a motion,
Motion to approve.
second?
Second.
Second motion.
Okay, and anyone against? And any abstentions? Okay, I've got it. Thank you. I don't see the SAPO presenters here at all. Well, maybe I should wait with that until they come, since that is the procedure. Anything else go wrong? I won't start my chairperson's report because I thought that that would delay everything, so I might do that at the end. We also
Sure.
have a guest speaker, so
So,
What?
sorry, just real quick, can the people who have the someone with the 347 number, I'm not sure who that is, and then someone with a 718 number? There's-
That's me. It's 718.
Okay, got it. Yep.
And 718 is Georgia.
Yep, I got you, George.
And I'm
Thank you.
347, Margaret.
Thank you. Appreciate you both. Thank you.
You know what this is called? It's called.
and the guest speaker isn't here either.
It was difficult getting on.
I know,
I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Huh,
you're not the only one. Everybody
Oh my God,
obviously has the same
terrible.
problem.
Nobody let us in.
Uh-huh. Pablo, you're still here. Where do I go from here?
Do
Anything
the
else on
You
budget.
want to do the budget items first?
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Does anyone have their the copy that I sent you that we can put it on the screen? I don't know how to do that. Ramdad, do you have it? I heard Ramdad.
Sylvia, I'm currently walking home. Give me like 3 minutes and I can run.
Oh,
pull
okay,
it up.
so we have to wait with that also. Okay, thank you. So, how is everyone? We have a
A
social
little
moment.
frazzled, a little frazzled, but finally made it here, so that's good.
It's unbelievable.
I'm so
Th-
bad
this-
with this.
It happens every once in a while, and when it does happen, everything goes wrong.
I have it, Sylvia. Do you want me to share?
Who has it?
Oh,
Go for
Sebastian.
it, Sebastian.
If you can,
Mine, it's disabled for me to share.
you're
I
not
don't have
able
the-
to?
No, I don't have the permission to share.
Uh-huh. So we'll have to wait until Ramdot gets here.
Pablo, can you enable Sebastian to co-host?
Sure, enable who?
Sebastian,
Sure.
Just for the budget, and then
Okay.
Ramdot will take over. So make them one, whoever can do it now, and then can they switch it over the host?
Sure. I'll stay on as much support you need, Sylvia. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes, thank you. I sent it all to you because I wanted you to see it before tonight. so that you can possibly add some things. Has anyone any ideas as to additional things? What happened now?
Sebastian, can you re-show the document?
It's not showing? Okay.
Okay, we'll just needed a few minutes to Sebastian.
Is it working now?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay.
Leave it there for a few minutes. As you can see, our number one priority this year is the auditorium renovation for PS 24. And there are conditions, broken seats, no audio visual equipment, obsolete stage, and defective lighting. It was on last year. Of course, they turned it down and they probably will turn it down again, but I want it as number one. Is anyone against that?
No, I like that, Sylvia. I know that's been on the list for a while and they've been pushing it. So yeah, I agree. Hopefully, the more they see it, the more folks will realize it's important. So,
Yeah, well, I'm
I wish it-
giving it one more shot. They have other things that they also need, but I thought that this was important. I have been there and I have tried to sit in the broken seats, so I know that they're definitely broken. And they haven't had an upgrade of their auditorium in a very long time, if ever. I know that I was PA president of I was a PA president and we put it up new curtains and the stage curtain. But outside of that, I don't think they've ever had anything else. So I'm going to leave it there. Number two is the High School of Law and Finance, which is on actually it's the Bronx High School of Science of Law and Finance. I'm rattled. And they asked for 300 Chromebooks for their students so that they would be able to take them home. I'm not privy to anything else. That's what the letter said. And I think it's for a good reason. So I put that as number two.
What's a Chrome?
Chromebook is like any other laptop.
Okay,
It's the Chrome operating
Computer.
system.
okay.
Yeah, it's like it's a
Thank
little
you.
lighter and more nimble. So it doesn't have as many features, but it's good. It's been shown really good for students and because they don't need too much, but it's still helpful.
And frankly, they're cheaper.
Yeah, that's the core. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Always good for me, like first level.
95% of people don't use most of the features of computers. They use them as word processors and how to get to the internet and do an email.
Right.
Everything else is extra.
Okay, then the safety officers for the schools, mostly the middle and high school. Right now, there is a lot going on, especially on the JFK site in those schools of violence. And I think it's very important to have those safety officers. However, they're cutting back on them and I'm asking for them.
Wow.
The number 4 is to reinstate the arts in public schools and educate the whole child with art, music, theater, and dance. And it was cut out of the budget last year, so I'm asking for it to be reinstated. Those are our capital projects. I'm only putting in 4 because I had heard that the borough president only wants 30 items on a capital and expense this year. And if we all put on a huge amount, we'll never even get them into the budget at the local level. So not to speak of actually getting anything. The expense, the same thing. First of all, I'm asking for the libraries to continue their 6-day service. It's very important for the community and the students. And I think everyone will agree with me. If you don't, let me know. The students, again, I put it in twice because they don't listen to us anyway, and I just wanted to make a emphasis that the libraries have more uses than just taking out books. And the students use it as a safe place after school. They do research on their project. They can ask questions. The Van Cortlandt Library has college pathways, which allows the children to ask questions. And after all, they're only going to college now, so they don't have history and they need answers. So they have questions about the colleges and the applications, which are difficult to maneuver. So I put that in. The tutors, number 3, I put that in because the children during the pandemic suffered a great deal in terms of the remote learning. The 4th grade supposedly is the grade that has the most trouble. They promised them tutors. They don't have the tutors. And the lower grades are the important grades that they should have extra help in, because certainly that's building for their future. Interestingly, and Sebastian might be interested, the Summer Rising program is a summer program which now is being offered only to the children that use the services of the schools during the year, after school programs. They're not doing first come, first serve, and they do a whole academic program while the children are having some fun this summer. So it's something that there would be tutors there. They should be in the schools, but they're not. And that's why I'm asking for them.
Sylvia,
Yeah.
Sylvia, the issue was the Summer Rising program was not available at PS24 or PS81 last year.
This year, it wouldn't be unless they are in the after-school program.
No,
That's
but
the way they're doing it now.
not all schools participated in Summer Rising.
That's true. That's true. The first day that they opened it this year, they only take 100,000 children, and on the first day, 50,000 signed up. So it's something that is being used. It might be not in 81, but it is being, largely used, and it should benefit the children in order to get some academics during the summer to bring them up to par, even if it's a little bit. They can't expect to make up all that they missed just in the summer, but anything that they can get out of that is a wonderful thing. I think that probably they might, the children that go into the after school program might be more disadvantaged children that are on their own, and they go, to after school programs for safety. And maybe they're the ones that are getting the seats. I don't know. I don't know how they choose, but they are not doing first come, first serve. That I know for sure. And the number 4, Ed Green, who's the chair of the Public Safety Committee, has asked Education and Traffic and Transportation to advocate for the crossing guards at PS 95. which has been on the budget now for several years, and it's turned down all the time. There are 95 and Am Park is near 95. Early childhood nursery schools are in that same block. In the one block, there must be about 4 or 5 schools. And if anyone needs crossing guards, I would think that that block does. So why they don't do that, maybe the elected officials have to get involved in it. But you would think that children should, be safe. The most important thing in the world is the children being safe. So I put that as number 4. So this is what I'm going to give in to the budget committee. And we'll see if we get anything. Any questions? Any remarks?
No, yep,
Anything?
I like the list, so yeah, I think it's a good one. So yeah, I like the idea of the co-advocacy. Don't know if it'll change anything, but it's worth doing it anyway for the traffic guards. So that's, yeah, but I'm with you. I'm
Right.
good with the list.
Great. David,
Yes, thanks, Sylvia. It looks good generally. It'd be helpful to us if you could, in the right column, put in what the ranking was last year. So it helps us evaluate all of the committee's submissions. So like continuing 6-day service, if that was number 11 for CBA, if you could put that in the right column, that would be helpful. The other thing is
that really, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the only thing other than that is the PS24.
okay,
Everything
whatever.
else is new.
All right, well, that's fine. Then put in new or blank. But it's helpful to have that information. That's what, if you see the email I sent last week, it shows a right column for last year's number. But also need the agency that these are being addressed to. Probably
Right,
DOE, but it may be SCA, maybe who knows what. But I need to know the agency.
The setting up of it on the Excel is beyond me. I tried very hard, David. I can't do it. I have to either have the office do it for me or you. That is the only way you're going to get it.
All right, but I need to be informed what it is. I
can do that.
Okay, I did put it at the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I
The other thing
understand.
is, I know you want to support expense 1 with expense 2, but what is the request in expense 2?
What does that mean?
What is the request? I mean, in 1, you're saying continue 6-day service. In 3, you're saying you need tutors. In 4, you're saying you need crossing guards. What are you saying in number 2?
As I said, I use that space just to boost the libraries.
Can
I don't know any amount of money that would help there.
well,
They're being cut. They're being cut $36 million.
No, I understand. Maybe you want to just take number 2 and put it on the end of number 1, because I don't know what you're actually requesting in number 2.
Well, I was afraid that would be too many words.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Okay, I'll combine it with number 1.
Okay, great. Thanks, Sylvia. It helps. Like I said, with 10 committees, I don't want to be putting words in your mouth. So.
Well, if it's helpful, please do.
Okay. All right.
Sylvia, this is Pablo
It's
from the
very
board office.
hard, David, I sent out all those letters to the principals.
Yeah, I know.
I had one response.
I'm
The
not
24
complaining.
I just took off last year.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I just
No,
want
I'm just saying, it's great if you have TNT and they have Step Street they want to have fixed, But in education, it isn't the same kind of thing, and I've been telling you that for years. And you don't want to listen, or you don't understand it. I don't really know. But it is very difficult to pinpoint what the schools need in terms of funds.
No. Your 6-day service makes sense. Your tutors needed for lower grades. That makes sense. Crossing guards makes sense. But there's no actual request in number 2.
I
That's all.
understand that, and I
Okay.
said that on the outset.
Yeah,
I'll make it into number 1, and I'll change
Okay.
the numbers.
excellent. That'll work fine. Thank you,
Okay.
Sylvia.
So you'll get that in a day or 2.
Okie dokie. Thanks.
Okay,
Sylvia?
then we're done with that.
Sylvia, it's
Anybody
Pablo
else?
from the office. Sylvia, can you hear me?
No. Yeah.
Is everything okay? Am I good to go? Or-
Oh, yes, please, Pablo, thank you very much.
Okay, have a good evening, everybody.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. Okay, so, Ramdot, are you now the host? Ramdot,
I am not.
so now how do we get you to be?
He is
Um,
now.
oh, perfect.
Okay, Ramdat, the guest speaker, just arrived.
This guest speaker to here?
Yeah, she just arrived.
Oh, which one?
Marielle,
Oh, yes, yes. But the SAPO people are not here yet?
let me look for you. Give me a second before I leave.
I don't see them on this screen.
The stipend, let me see. Want me to read out the names?
No, if they're here, I'll call them out.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
okay, very good. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening, yes. Is Rabbi Shem Tov on the call?
Sylvia, I don't see the Rabbi on here.
No. Let me just get my list. Is, what's her name? Lindsay Armstrong here. From the Amalgamated Nursery School?
I don't see a Lindsay
No.
either.
And Rebecca, are you doing the summer at the library presentation, the SAPO? Are you here to do that?
That would be for Martha.
Yes, it is, but she's not here.
She's not here. I don't know all of the details and dates, so I don't feel comfortable. I know that I'm sending staff to support her, and it's going to be an awesome program. I believe it's going to be on the 28th.
So
Do you think I should
spoke with
lay it?
Martha.
What?
I'm sorry, Sylvia. I'm speaking with Martha now. She was unable to attend.
Good.
And she told me to let you guys know that. So she submitted the paperwork.
Yes, I have it in my hand.
In SAPO, and one of our people from our government relations office, Francis, is helping with submission to the precinct. She's asking for your support. She will circulate flyers as soon as it's approved. So essentially, it would be a hip hop celebration in conjunction with the 50th anniversary of hip hop. It would be all kinds of fun, exciting programming, games. And as Rebecca said, it wouldn't just be Kingsbridge branch involved. There would be staff from pretty much every branch within the Community Board 8 assisting. We just need the block closed so that we can make it a bigger event and try to have elected officials attend as well.
Right. And could, do you still have her on the phone?
No, I'm texting with her. I think she's
Oh,
driving. Well, not driving. I think she's indisposed.
I just had a question as to the SAPO calls for a full street closing, 231st and Collier and Tibbet. That's around the library, right?
Yes.
Madam Chair, David's hand is up as well.
Right, but let me finish with Peter
Sure,
first.
sure.
The thing that I'm wondering is that the Collier has the charter school. Is that going to interfere if that street is closed at that particular time? Or is it so late in the year that because it's going to be June 28th? School is over by
I think
then?
school will be over. I'm pretty sure school is over the 28th.
So then it would be no problem.
Yeah, let me
Unless
double
they
check
have
the school
summer
calendar
school.
before I ask her.
They might have
Yeah, but summer school
school.
doesn't typically start until a few weeks after school ends. It's usually after July 4th.
Do you want
July
to?
4th that it ends.
And Peter,
Right.
Yes, sir.
if you're going to send her a text, 231st Street between Cora Lear and Kingsbridge is a fairly major thoroughfare where 4 bus lines run.
Yeah.
I
do know.
can't see DOT or NYPD closing off that street. Now, Cora Lear or Tibbet, that would make sense. But I can't.
Oh,
see
that's what it
street.
is, David. It is Tibbet and Collier, not Kingsbridge.
No,
just to
I
clarify,
misspoke. Tibbet and Corlear, being on one of those 2 side streets would be fine. Kingsbridge was a mistake on my part, but I can't see how it could be operated on 231 between Corlear and Tibbet, because that's a major thoroughfare with 4 bus lines.
So really quickly, I hear you, David. I'm just going back to the question about school. School ends on the 27th, so the 28th wouldn't be an issue. In terms of the location, let me just double check that location. I'm pretty sure it's not a main street. I'm pretty sure it's a cross street, but let me just double check because I know
the 7, the 10, the 20, and the 1 bus lines all run that block.
Yeah, I would have to let her answer that. I don't think she can answer that just a simple text. Maybe I'll have her reach out to you guys with further information.
That's fine. And going around the corner
sorry.
onto Corlear or Tibbet might be a good answer for it.
Yeah, like just rearranging where it is. I'll definitely
or
have her
on
reach out
that
to you guys with
larger
more info.
sidewalk in front of the library.
Exactly.
Guys, we can lay this over until May because it's going to be June 28th. So there is plenty of time. I don't have to do it formally tonight. So let's check that out.
No problem.
Okay, and you'll get back to me.
Yes, I'll
And
have her
put
get
it
back
on
to you ASAP.
for May.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Did anybody else come in or Jack?
No one else.
No one else. Let me know if someone comes in.
I will.
Our guest speaker is Marielle Angelino. Well, I'm mispronouncing her name. But Marielle will forgive me, I hope. She is involved with the pop-up bars, which I know nothing about, but she's going to let us know what it is all about. So Marielle, are you here?
Hi, yes, I am here.
Hi.
Hi.
So you're on.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. My video's not on. Forgive me. Let me do that. Okay, there I am. Hi. Thank you so much
Hi.
for having me this evening. I appreciate it so much. I just wanted to share a little bit about a project that I'm working on where we're trying to engage New Yorkers with plants, with our local wildflowers. Is there a way, oh, share screen, got it. Let me do that. I have a really quick, oh, participant screen sharing is disabled. Would it be possible for me to?
Rhonda, can you help?
Marielle, I made you a co-host. You should be able to share now.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, fantastic. Here we go. Okay, great. And everyone can see that, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so I am a botanist in New York City, and I have a couple different programs. One is Pop-Up Forest, but the one I was going to talk to you about tonight is through my New York City Wildfire Week organization. So I used to work for the Parks Department, like I said, and I'm really eager to connect New Yorkers to local wildflowers. New York City has a lot of nature. And of course, where you all live, you have Riverdale Park, which is beautiful. So, you know, you have a lot of access, but there are a lot of New Yorkers, I guess, that don't really think too much about it. And so we're trying to get New Yorkers engaged around some of these issues. And we came up with a campaign. So we're asking New Yorkers to vote for an official New York City wildflower. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what that looks like. We have a website. There's the URL to our website. And we're asking people to vote. We have a candidate from every borough. And I'm going to go through our partners. So we have a candidate from every borough. So we have 5 candidates overall. And voting just started like a month ago. And we're eager to get people engaged and involved who might not normally, you know, go for walks in the woods or, you know, be really thinking too much about these issues, like I said. So why don't I just skip to the Bronx one? So we have a bunch of different candidates, and each one was nominated by a different organization. So Queens was nominated by the Queens Botanical Garden. Manhattan, we're working with the High Line. And the Bronx, we're partnering with New York Botanical Garden. And the plant that they chose is spicebush. And spicebush is a shrub that flowers in early spring. So it already flowered, and it has these really lovely leaves that are spicy when you kind of crush them and smell them. And they support the caterpillars of spicebush swallowtail, which are these beautiful butterflies that are native to the city. So the reason why I wanted to talk to you tonight was to share this campaign with you, give you a sense of what was going on, and just see if you had ideas and suggestions for ways to get the word out to your larger community board. So one thing that I'm going to do is do a quick, you know, like 2-minute mention of it at the general meeting. But if you had other ideas or suggestions as to ways in which, you know, to get the word out about this, I'd love to hear it. Oh, and so sorry. So I should also say, so, right, we partnered with the Bronx. And so what's the structure of this? The structure is that the voting happens on the website. It opened last month, and we are running it through Election Day. So we're picturing it like a long campaign. The candidates throw their hat in the ring in the spring. And then, of course, they get whittled down through a primary. We're not having a primary. And we're just going to continue with open voting through Election Day. Once the polls are closed, I will be sharing the results publicly. And then what we're going to do is give the winning candidate to New York City Council and ask them to create legislation to make this plant an official wildflower of New York City. So I don't know if you know that New York City has an official flower, which is the daffodil. And so there are a couple of other things, New York City has officially, but we felt that in this time of climate crisis, that the idea of a resilient New York and thinking about the local nature that we have and we want to support was really important. And this was one way that we came up to do. And that's it. That's the end of my presentation. Pretty short. Thank you.
Yeah, Mario, I have a question.
Sure.
Would we find this voting situation on the New York Botanical Garden site or your site, or what? Where would
Yes.
we find it?
Yes, it's on this website here. The New York Botanic Garden is supposed to have, they're supposed to have a link to it somewhere on their website, but to be honest, now that you're asking me, I haven't checked. So I'm not sure that it's there. But I can tell you that it's here. And in fact, I can also put it in the chat. Let me put
We
my
don't have a
glasses
chat.
on. Oh, you don't have a chat? Okay, got it. Yeah, so it's just wildflowernyc.org.
Could you send it to the office and they'll forward it to me?
Yes, of course, absolutely. I can send it to Peter, right? Peter's the one that I've been emailing with.
Oh, okay.
Or no,
then
sorry,
Peter
not
can
Peter.
send it to me.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
I can speak to some of the principals to see if they want to join us in promoting this. So it's
Yeah.
really only to vote for this particular plan. It's not an election of many different things.
No, it's just an election for this. That's right. And but in terms of schools, yes, I have curriculum. So I would go into the idea of like why, especially younger children, grades in elementary school, they learn a lot about local
Plants.
ecology through their
Mhm.
history classes, right? So they learn about all of New York City in second grade, and in fourth grade they learn about like the plants and people of New York State. So those are good opportunities to talk to kids, but this is really, living in the environment. They do ecology. So there's a lot of different age groups this can touch into. And I've done that work before and I have curriculum. So I'm actually like would love to be able to talk to schools and get kids involved and just have them talking about it. My hope is that once, the election ends, our goal is 10,000 votes, 10,000 people, hopefully. Once we have all of that together and there's an official wildflower, that's something that I want to continue to be able to talk to schools about. So yeah, the curriculum and
So that's after the vote.
yes, so I'm going to be doing it also next year too. So this will be something that I know it sounds kind of like short, but this is something that we're going to be building on and trying to push for more like education around local nature in schools. And so if teachers want to use this as something that they do once, state tests are over, because it's a little bit more chill, in like a month. Yeah. So that's something that I'm really interested in doing, is talking to as many schools and students as possible. So there's an opportunity, obviously, to do it now through the end of the year, and then also in September and October of the new school year.
So you want to talk to them now?
Yes, as many as I
Into
can now.
next year.
Yes.
You should also get involved with the Boy Scouts, Boy Scout Troop 240. They're very
Okay.
involved in nature.
Oh, that's
They have a
great.
website. I don't have it in front of me, but the Boy Scouts are always interested in nature activities.
Okay.
And there's a large group of them.
Okay, great. And your local was 240, you
Troop
said?
240.
Great, got it. Thank you. That's great. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And maybe the Van Cortlandt Park Alliance.
Yes, actually, I did email them about it. I'm trying to think if I followed up though, because I hadn't heard back from them. But yeah, I wanted to have it be something that I put in an e-blast, that goes out to their mailing list. Yeah, and I'm doing a couple of plant walks in Van Cortlandt Park too, but not with the Alliance. I should talk to them about it. But
That
that's
can
a
be
good
very
point.
helpful.
Yeah. That's
And
a-
also, I would think that the Parks Committee would be interested in this also.
Yes.
Of the community board.
Right, right. I know. See,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, I think the committees I want to talk to are education, because I'm really eager to get this into like as many kids as possible, and talk to their teachers, obviously. But yes, you're right. That's a good point too.
Parks meets tomorrow night.
They meet tomorrow night. Okay.
So you may want to speak to the chair, Deb Travis.
Right. Okay. Well, they're not going to let me in. That's pretty quick, right? I would have
Talk to her, see what she may
Okay.
give you 30 seconds. Who knows?
Okay.
I, for one, admire your ambitious effort here.
Thank you. It is ambitious. I appreciate that so much. I mean, I think, of course, I'm a botanist, right? So but I feel like we don't talk about plants enough. And I think the idea that we all, who here likes birds, right? We all like birds. Birds are awesome. But one thing that we don't talk enough about is that birds, when they're babies and in nests, are fed by their parents, basically caterpillars. Caterpillars are like, Gerbers, right? Baby food. And caterpillars come from native plants. So if you have a dogwood in the landscape, Parks likes to plant these Korean dogwoods. Those Korean dogwoods, no caterpillars eat them, but our flowering dogwood, 100 different species of caterpillars eat them. And in I forget how long it takes the birds to fledge, but some of them will eat thousands of pounds of caterpillars before they leave the nest, one clutch of birds, like 3 babies. So they need a lot of caterpillars. So the idea of having these things in the landscape is really important. And it's not something that gets talked about enough. So this is what we're hoping to do, is kind of create this space that we can have more robust conversations around biodiversity and policy and engagement, and getting people, finding ways to get kids talking about it because it's so good for their brains, and all that stuff. So thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank
And
you.
I have your email, and I will call around a little bit and see if I can get anybody to let you, into the schools and do that.
Oh, thank you, Sylvia, so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the kind remarks.
Do a campaign with Mother's Day coming up. A lot of the schools will have stuff with that.
Oh, yeah, and flowers. That's a really good call. Oh, that's so super smart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much for coming out this evening. And it is very interesting, and we'll see where it goes. How
Yeah,
we can be helpful.
I appreciate that.
We'll
You've
be
been
in touch.
You've been so kind. Thank you very, very much. Have a great
Okay.
evening, everyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Madam Chair, someone
Yeah.
on an iPhone just entered. I don't know if that's the rabbi or the nursery school.
Are they in yet?
Yeah.
No, I'm not either, or sorry.
Rabbi Shemtov, are you here?
Sorry, who just joined? I think I said it wasn't that. Who just joined in?
It was an iPhone. I don't know who the name is.
Oh, my name is Stacy. I'm not the rabbi or anybody
Oh,
else.
yeah, community member?
No, I'm from the Riverdale Press.
Got it.
Oh, uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. You're right, Rita. I'm sorry. I was slow on the uptake.
That's okay. It's a long,
Um,
productive meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly where to go from here. The rabbi actually should be here because he's having his SAPO on March 9th, which is really around the corner.
May 9th.
May 9th. I don't have his number, so I can't call him. But we need to go over it. He does this, he's been doing this for over 20 or 30 years. He does a block party. And he closes off, let me see if I can find that quickly. West 235th Street between Independence Avenue and Douglas Avenue. It's near 24 and Seton Park. And it would be on May 9th. They set up at 2 o'clock. The event is at 5 o'clock. The end date is 7:30. And the breakdown is 9 o'clock. So that really are the perimeters of his use of that space. They have things for the children, you know, like a bouncy, you know what they are, the bouncy things
house.
that they get into. They have, let's see what else they have. They have some live entertainment. They advertise the event by flyers. They get in touch with the DEP, the fire department, because they have an open flame. They serve food, and they have a platform. And there'll be a tent or a canopy at the event, which they also will have things in. And basically, it has gone on. The 50th precinct has never objected to anything that they did. The neighbors have not. He is the rabbi at the Chabad of Riverdale, which is one of the synagogues and schools. And it has been very successful. Being that he isn't here, I feel responsible to at least pass it, actually call for a vote. You don't have to pass it, but you can vote whatever you want. And so that we can get the paper in and he can have it on May 9th, because otherwise he'll miss it. So I'm going to call for a vote.
Madam Chair, I think you have David has his hand up, I believe.
I what?
I think David has his hand up. David.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
David.
No, it's fine. It's very well attended. It's very popular. It's terrific. Just to remind him that it's in the street. He had lots of tables blocking the library sidewalk last year.
Oh, well, I would have to call him and remind him of that.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That'll do the trick.
They had tables there?
Yeah, they had a bunch of tables up on the sidewalk that sort of blocked the entrance to the library, rather than just being in the street.
Right.
And he's got that whole triple length block to use.
Yeah, he does. I thought he was further down near Douglas, but
No,
maybe
he's-
there was a reason for that. I don't know, but I will mention it to him.
He had to have somewhere for the pony.
Uh-huh. Okay,
May I just say something? I'm sorry sorry.
Sure.
So David is right. They occupy the whole street outside the library. So between PS 24 and the branch, we haven't had any issues.
They went all the way up to Independence?
Oh yeah. The whole street
Really?
is closed off. Yeah, so it does interfere a little bit with the regular afternoon traffic, but I think everyone is expecting it. You know, there are notes posted everywhere that the street will be closed off, and 50th precinct is there earlier, so if there are any cars parked, I guess they trying to move them. But we had an issue a couple of years that the event left the garbage right outside the branch the next day. So if we could,
make them aware that they
make
have
them
to pick
aware
up
that,
their
yes,
garbage.
they do need to, yes, because they do serve a lot of food, and
Yes,
they're grilling right outside the library. So
they're not further down the street.
no, a majority of the events happen right outside the close to the
Really?
yeah. close
According to this,
the-
they're not supposed to be there.
No, they are. I mean, it's a great event, but it gets very busy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
the garbage, right?
yeah. So thank you so much. Yes, if you could just
Yeah, absolutely.
ask for, to make
No,
sure
I'm
that
glad you're
collect the
mentioning it.
garbage, or at least leave it in one spot away from the library.
Library, right, of course,
Thank you so much.
right. Does anybody have any feelings about my pushing this through without him being here?
No, it's a very
Okay.
good event, and it's always run very nicely.
Yeah,
It's a nice part of the community.
right.
Madam
So,
Chair, I
yeah.
agree too. We can put it through.
okay, so is everyone, nobody is against it, right?
Right.
No, I think we've seen him come present every year, so yeah, that's
Right,
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will call him up tomorrow morning and tell him about these two issues and that we passed it, and the office will make the paperwork go through. Thank you so much for doing that. It's very
you.
unusual to do it that way, but I just feel, maybe he had something else come up. Oh, goodness. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, because I lost the picture.
No,
Loud and clear, and your video
I
is
see
working as
you.
well.
I see you.
Yeah. If
Did you get your attendance that you needed?
yeah, and I'll get it from Moses. He's gonna fax it to me. To email it to me. I was going to bring up Miss Johnson didn't come, right?
I
From the
don't
amalgamated?
see Miss Johnson, no.
That's also for me. But I don't know her situation as well as I do the rabbi, so I can't really do that.
Sylvia, if you want, I can talk about it because I've attended it.
Well, would any could we try to call her? I can give you the number. I mean, I don't want to just have you here and Ramdat, would you do that?
Yeah, I have her number. I can call her, Lindsay, right now.
Okay, great. Ask her if she's still on her way or whatever. Because that's for May 21st. I wouldn't want her to lose the opportunity. This afternoon, I'm going to just move along a little bit. This afternoon, I have a post attendance Zoom that I can cross out. Would that bring me back to the regular screen? Hello?
You have a
Anyone?
what is it? A post attend? What do you see?
It says post attendee Zoom. That's after the Zoom, right? I'd like to get the picture back.
Yeah, that's after the Zoom. That's just
So
a
I
list of the
can't do that.
attendees.
So I just have to do this. Okay. I received from Rebecca, the librarian from manager from the Riverdale branch of the library regarding a community essay photo contest, which is being held on June 21st and she has asked me to be one of the judges. Rebecca,
Yes, would
do you want to talk about it, or is there anything else you want to bring up?
Okay, picturing Riverdale, we have pre-pandemic, for 2 years, we have had an annual exhibit, which is basically we ask members of the public to submit photos of Riverdale. Anyone who works, goes to school, goes to, or shops in Riverdale, lives in Riverdale, they're invited to submit up to 3 photos via our email, digital photos. We have we have jurors pick out 25 of the photos, and we exhibit them at the branch. And we have a nice little opening. It's very well attended, at least it was in the past before the pandemic. And it's just a nice way to highlight our community by our community members. And, you know, it's focused on civics, it's focused on Riverdale, our unique culture in our community. And it's just a nice way of sharing images of Riverdale with our patrons. And the theme for summer learning this summer is express yourself. So I think it goes great with our theme this summer. And we print off the photos with a printer and on foam core. And it's just nice. It's a nice way to highlight our community. So, and we usually get about anywhere from about 300 to 400 submissions. We'll see what we get this time. I mean, I just looked on our Riverdale email and I found some submissions today and we just announced it. So our opening, I believe, is June 21st. And then we're going to keep up the exhibit for a month. So if Sylvia, if you want to respond to me after you think about it, we do need 3 jurors and, you know, just let me know.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Madam Chair, Lindsay Armstrong didn't answer.
She's here.
No, she didn't answer the phone when I
Oh,
called.
she didn't answer the phone. Maybe she's on her way here. Who knows? Kind of late. Very frustrating that I can't see the screen. I have a few items that as a chairman's report. It is a education report rather than local schools and such. So just things that you might be interested in. There is a movement that's being thought of to have a curriculum for young, students on the different kinds of climate situations that we're all experiencing. So it would deal with electric buses and green jobs for the future. So it's kind of an exciting thing to think about. Usually the education is so general and pretty much carved out to be maybe even dull, but necessary. And this is something that children can get into, the climate change and that kind of thing. So that I thought was very interesting. The other thing that I saw was that the schools are battling youth mental health crises. And they're using and the country, this is countrywide. New York has not done it yet, but they say that it's going to be launched later this year. It's teletherapy, and it seems like it's working. As a parent, I felt it was kind of a weird kind of thing. Children sit in front of a computer and they talk to a therapist. And they had cited a 5-year-old that had been bullied and had this kind of treatment, and it worked. She had it, she sat in her mother's bedroom and to give her privacy, and the mother was in the kitchen cooking. And she was told that when she got anxious or thought about the situation at school, to relax and take deep breaths. And it seemed like every time that she would get excited and she did that, it did help. So it's something that the situation is that not everyone can afford therapists. The children are, of course, of varied degrees of crisis, but those that have taken advantage of it, it seems like they are people that they normally, children that normally fall through the cracks, but now with this system, they are paired off with therapists, and it seems to help them. So, am I losing you? Hello?
No, we're still here. You loud and clear.
I hear some voices.
Sorry.
Something-
Sorry.
I can't see anything, so I don't know what's going on. But in any case, the students have to get the parents' consent. Schools can't do it themselves. But it seems like this is a way to reach more children, help them in a big way. And I think it's a wonderful thing that they're doing. The company that has the logistics of this is from San Francisco. So California has been doing it. Florida has been doing it. Chicago. New York is the last one to the party, but we supposedly are getting it, and hopefully the children will be helped as far as their mental health is concerned. Certainly we want healthy adults, so I think it's a great thing. And the other thing is that there's a working group that's going to start to assemble now in terms of transitioning into smaller class size. You know that the UFT is, first of all, there's a law that was passed. The UFT is very much involved in this. There are 40 people in the group, which I think is an amazing number of people. I have the New York City Council Education Committee Chair is Rita Joseph, the Citizens Budget Commission President is Andrew Ryan, Joanna Garcia, Chief of the staff to Senator Robert Jackson, who co-sponsored the class size bill. The Advocate for Children Policy Director, Randy Levine, Leonie Hameson, the ex-director of Class Size Matters. There are 17 parent reps, unions champion the legislation, and the Federation of Teachers and the Council of School Supervisors, Administrators will be represented. Exactly who they are, we don't know yet. And it's supposed to be phased in over a 5-year period and it'll bridge the grades from kindergarten to 12th grade. The mayor thinks that this is going to be very costly. So there might be some financial situation that might arise. But in 5-year period, hopefully they can get it together and the class size will be made smaller. And the children might learn better, who knows? And that's really my report. And has anyone anything else to add?
Oh,
To
Madam
anything?
Chair, Lindsay Armstrong from Amalgamated Nurses School just joined.
Oh, she has. Wonderful. Lindsay?
Yes, hello.
Hi. I'm happy you showed up. I see that your SAPO application says that your event is May 21st and we want to get the paperwork in.
Yes, great.
With the rain date of June June, what is it, 6th?
I think so. I'm looking at the calendar right now just to confirm that. No, it would be June 4th because it would be a Sunday.
Oh, June 4th then. That's a rain date, but everything else stays the same.
Yes.
Right. And can you tell us something about your event?
Sure. So it's for Amalgamated Nursery School, which has been in the community for at least 50 years, maybe longer. And they traditionally hold this kind of festival for students, family, and sort of the surrounding community every spring. We took a break during the pandemic and then last year brought it back in person. And you know, we have, so the school owns a private park. So we do some of the activities in the private park area. And then we have also activities where we like to just close down the street. We have a bouncy house that is too large for the park area and some other things like that, just to give people a little bit more room. It's just very family and kid friendly. We do like games and crafts, usually a couple of people who live in the area play like, you know, just some guitar, like non-amplified, that kind of thing.
Right, and the street that you're closing is Gale Place between Orloff Avenue and Van Cortlandt Park, right?
Yes,
Van
it's
Cortlandt
a
Park
small
South.
street.
And it's during, the hours are from, the setup is at 9, the start of the event is 11, it ends at 3, and the breakdown is at 4:30, right?
Yes, that's all correct.
Okay. Yeah. So, is there anything else you can tell us?
I'm happy to answer any questions. I don't know if there's anything else specifically.
Does anyone have any questions? No.
Madam Chair, there's no hand.
I can't see anything, so you have to
Yeah.
help me out.
There's no hand. That's all.
No hands at all.
Nope.
Okay. So what we will do then is to vote on the issue.
Okay.
Anyone against? Any abstentions? Okay, Lindsay, have a great event.
Okay, thank you.
And-
Oh, can I just ask, does this mean that it would also be approved for the rain date of June 4th? I had to file that as a second application.
I will make that mention to the office.
Okay, thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay, thank you for coming in.
Have a good night.
Good night. Okay, anything else that anyone wants to bring up? I think we've covered it now in the worst painful way as far as I'm concerned, but we did it. Nothing, you don't want to bring anything up? Okay. So I guess we have a motion. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
A second, okay.
Second.
Anyone against? And abstention. Okay, well, thank you very much for all your help. And I hope the next meeting will be a little easier on me. And have a good evening.
Did a great job.
You too.
Okay, thank
Good
you.
night.
everybody.
Good
Bye.
one. Good night.
Good night,
Okay,
everyone.
bye-bye.
Good night.